I think of Obsidian Spectre as like a glowing blackness, you know, something that's obsidian it's like a black gem, right? But it's a combination, it's a conflation of two songs that didn't make it to the LP, Obsidian song and Spectre, which Spectre is going to be on a 7-inch soon with Pleasance Records, and Obsidian songs on a Purdue tape that we did.
And Andy is definitely at the helm, but I don't know, you know, I've been in a lot of bands where sort of you're kind of like a hired hand, you know, and it's always really fun regardless, especially when it's music you like I love the music Andy writes, and you know, my role is kind of just hanging back and, you know, doing only what's necessary. You know, there's, you know, be kind of a little too ego stroke to sort of just go insane on bass just so people know I'm there or something. And I'm happy to just sort of serve Andy's songs, you know, and I don't wind up feeling like a hired hand or something in this band because we've really put a lot of work together in the group the past year. And this record, I don't know, for me feels like a special sort of, you know, end to like this first little chunk of
The nature of playing drums in this band means you get to be sort of like spastic and like crazy. Like my drum parts are fairly busy, though like obviously heavily inspired by Andy. Like Andy's quite a like proficient drummer on his own, so we have a lot of like rhythmic conversations where we end up coming to a conclusion on a part over something that we like, or like, I mean, a lot of times it's like built in, you know. And Andy's got like pretty concise ideas to like what should go down, and which kind of rules, because like as a drummer, like fulfilling a role and like sort of getting into someone else's head is sort of like this weird psychological game you play all the time.
I felt like it was honest and brave to just put such a long and intricate song to kind of like command that much attention from an audience, and maybe raise the bar of what listening to a record might represent. But like, it's not a common tradition to sit down and listen to a 20-minute song in rock and roll, and so I was just inspired to I don't know, put faith in the listener. That's in that way where maybe it's a really dumb idea and maybe you'll just not listen to it, but if you did, then there's a chance to really invest yourself in a more in-depth experience. And like sit for 20 minutes and like close your eyes. We just made it up on the spot and only did it once. And like when it was done, we were like, okay, we really got something there. And I come from a tradition of improvising. I grew up studying jazz, actually. So it just made sense. It's my first LP.
Live, it can be really fun too, because a lot of stuff is sort of on the fly in terms of arrangements and stuff, and so it's just really fun to just sort of, you know, constantly just be looking over my shoulder at Nathan to be like, all right, is this the verse? Is this, you know, it's yeah, that can be really, playing live is just a whole other experience from recording the songs and just hashing out arrangements and stuff with Andy and Nathan. It's live, it's yeah, it's just it's loose, but I feel like we keep it together most of the time.
It's funny as this band because we sort of come out and like command some sort of attention because we're like just so like loud and crazy, you know. And the other night the LP release is kind of funny because a lot of people like throwing each other around and stuff. I don't even really feel like we're that band. Like people were treating that set like we were fucking Slayer or something, like playing some speed metal set, but like really our songs were like they're just like really slow and like chunky, you know.
Yeah.
Which is like it was funny to watch people react to it. Like yeah, it's hard to say how people see our band sometimes. But the way I see it is I don't know, different from the reaction that we received the other night. Though it was great. That show was awesome.
Yeah.
And being in this band is awesome. It's just like, I don't know, cool to see people react in any sense, I suppose. Yeah.